welcome in Bill Camp, a very successful actor, Emmy and Tony nominated. I love him as the voice of Quest for the Cup, which is such a marvelous feature that takes us inside the playoffs and takes us up close and personal with the great personalities in the National Hockey League. Bill, we cannot mistake who you're rooting for. Amazing what your Bees have done to this point. That shot of Bobby Orr, this team, all the history of this original six franchise, what does it mean to you?
Well, let me just say that I remember that. I'm clearly older than all of you guys, but I remember that, and that was just after the time that I got hockey revealed to me as a 5-year-old growing up outside of Boston. So that was I did that dive like 1,000 times as a kid in my back driveway. So this is a dream come true.
Yes, awesome.
You know, I mean, 7th game, Boston, TD Garden. This team, the Blues. I mean, it plays out kind of perfectly.
Yeah. The fans at home aren't going to see this because we're sitting at a desk here, but you got a walking boot on, so we got Big Z in there playing with a broken jaw. You're fighting through it for Game 7 and a walking boot, so that's the first thing. Now, voicing, doing the NHL videos, the Quest for the Cup. What do you? I'm just curious if you could let us in on when you're doing that, how involved you get in the storylines and getting to know us. We were just talking off camera, and you're saying how cool certain moments are.
Yeah, there are so many. It's hard not to get involved with the way that they put that show together, especially the way they've edited it, the way that Tim and Jackie have edited it, and all of the footage that's been accumulated by that unbelievable camera crew, the team, you know, Steve LeMay and Rob Newman and Mike Greenberg and Jason Katz out in the field, everything they've done. It's hard not to get involved because I watch it, but then I get to describe it. And it's, you know, it's one thing describing the action on the ice and the players because I watch all the games, you know. I'm obsessive that way. And I love the game, and so every year at this time, it's just playoff hockey is unbelievable. So I tune in, and but then the other side of it, all of the personal side of the Quest story, and what we get to see with the players and their families, their relationships, and then also the fans. The storyline that we covered last week with Layla Anderson, and Justin Gurels, and it's every facet of what, you know, a sports team means to a community really gets conveyed in that show, and so it's really just a great privilege. So yeah, I get pretty involved in it. I love it, you know.
That's awesome. What's the biggest thing that you've been able to learn? The one single biggest thing you've been able to learn about NHL players and the staff behind the scenes? What's the most important thing you've learned that you can convey to the fans?
Well, my opinion is personal, so I'm subjective because I play hockey still, but these are the greatest athletes in the world, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion.
We like this.
This is, to me, it's the greatest game, but it also requires a level of skill and preparation and stamina and mental and physical toughness that I don't think is equaled anywhere else. And that's not only just the players, but an entire team from the top down.
Organization,
you know,
absolutely.
From the people that work at the Garden.
That's right.
Yes.
I mean, those people work year round, but it's also the staff of both the Blues and the Bruins that are equally a part of all of that, and not just the players. And that's something we also get on Quest for the Cup, where you see that side.
Right.
But I don't know if that's too opinionated.
No, I think it's great.
But
quickly, I just want to follow up on that because so often we talk about it, and we've talked about that based on our experience in sports. And there are a lot of people that are around sports, or maybe that might work in some aspects of sports. A lot of our great fans around the world, but they never have the opportunity to really live that because they always just look at it from a player standpoint, but they don't really understand just the depth of how many people really are involved and how, like the players, those people are very trusted
Absolutely.
to do their job to help these teams get where they are, as you just pointed out, both teams at this point.
Yeah, and when a team really becomes successful and gets to this point, like these two teams, then the sort of machinery is working on all cylinders.
Totally.
And it has a kind of familial feeling, too. I hear a lot of that being talked about both of these teams, and teams that just make it into the playoffs as well, is that there's such a tight bond, and there's a kind of flow that happens that gets them to that next level.
The playoffs create unforgettable memories. For you as a Bruins fan, put into context Game 5, Big Z with a reportedly broken jaw standing there, and the building is shaking during the starting lineups. For you, where did that rank among great moments as a Bruins fan?
Well, it's just inspiring to watch.
Absolutely.
You know? I mean, of course, they're my team, so I'm excited by that. And he's the captain. And so collectively then also as fans, we're all behind that move.
What a leader.
You know, but as a human being, what he was doing too. Just another example of what I tried to clumsily articulate is that level of commitment and the steadfastness and persistence and you know, which is also wedded with his own love of the game.
True. Well said.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for visiting.
Yeah.
Enjoy Game 7.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you so
Bill
much.
Camp.
Thank you.